Have you ever woken up in the morning, sat on the edge of your bed, and just waited, not because you're tired from a late night, but because your body doesn't quite feel like it used to? In fact, it's something most people over 60 start to experience, a gradual loss of muscle strength. But here's the thing, this condition, called sarcopenia, isn't just about age. It's also about what we're doing or not doing to support our muscles along the way. Your legs feel a bit shaky. Your arms seem to take more effort to lift. It happens while you sleep. You walk a little slower, not because of pain, but because there's just less strength in your step. If that sounds familiar, you're not the only one. And help you wake up feeling more confident one restful night at a time. And here's a little known truth. The real magic of muscle recovery. Yes, that's right. Over a cup of tea he told me, I can't seem to sleep through the night anymore. And when I wake up, I feel stiff, like my body's been holding tension in my sleep. During the quiet hours of the night, while you are tucked in bed, your body is hard at work repairing tissues, building strength, and restoring balance. His arms had lost that casual strength he once didn't think twice about. He smiled and told me, I don't creak like an old rocking chair anymore. My legs feel like they belong to me again. But what many people don't realize is that this tiny fruit is a powerful ally when it comes to sleep and recovery, especially when eaten at night. Sweet and tangy on the inside, the humble kiwi. Buttoned, this is important. It can only do that if it has the right tools. And by tools, I mean the right kinds of food, eaten at the right time. It's just one spoonful before bed, but it could have a powerful effect on your muscles. Stick with me to the end. Sure, you can take melatonin in pill form, but kiwi delivers it in a natural food-based way that your body can easily absorb. And hit that like button. Subscribe to Health 365 Day. Your body does its deepest rebuilding during those deep sleep stages. Kiwi helps you reach those stages more easily. And tell me in the comments, have you ever had a bedtime snack that actually made you feel better in the morning? I'd love to hear your story. These help combat inflammation and oxidative stress too, things that tend to creep up more as we age and contribute to that sore, slowed down feeling in your muscles. Eat them slowly, maybe while you read or listen to something calming. It's more than a snack, it's a signal to your body. Rest is coming, healing is on the way. Kiwi is rich in potassium, which helps prevent those painful nighttime leg cramps, because we usually think of it in the morning, not at night. But for most people, kiwi is calming, soothing, and easy to digest. Despite being sweet, it won't spike your blood sugar, which is important if you're managing diabetes or watching your insulin. It's also naturally low in sodium iodine, if you're keeping an eye on your blood pressure. If you've ever bolted awake at 3 o'clock a.m. with a seizing cough, you know just how important that is. Not just any food, but gentle, nourishing, nighttime-friendly foods that quietly help your body rebuild while you rest. In today's video, we're walking through 4 powerful natural bedtime foods that can help fight off muscle loss, bring back strength, and wait till you hear about the last one. But before we dive in, if you're curious about simple ways to stay strong while you sleep, go ahead. Let's start with something small, fuzzy, and green. Now, maybe you've tossed a few slices of kiwi into your fruit salad or enjoyed one on a hot summer day, and they're particularly high in leucinic amino acid that triggers muscle protein synthesis. Let me share a quick story. A 25-year-old can eat a small piece of chicken and see results, but for someone over 60, you need a little more high-quality, leucine-rich protein to get the same benefit. There's a man named George, 74 years old, widowed, a retired teacher. He wasn't in pain, he was just drained. His legs didn't feel steady. He thought it was just aging. But I asked him to try one tiny change. Eat 2 kiwis about an hour before bedtime, every night, for just 2 weeks. The results, remarkable. George not only fell asleep faster, something he had done in years, but he also started waking up feeling more rested, more mobile. So what makes kiwi so special? Well, for starters, kiwi naturally contains melatonin, the hormone that tells your brain it's time to sleep. Studies have shown that eating kiwi before bed can improve both sleep quality and duration, especially in older adults. And better sleep isn't just good for your mind, it's crucial for muscle repair. But that's not all. Kiwi is also loaded with antioxidants like vitamin C and vitamin E. More antioxidants mean your muscles can focus on repairing, not just fighting off damage. And guess what else? Another big win for kiwi. It's low on the glycemic index. So, how should you eat it? Simple. Peel to ripe kiwis about an hour before you go to bed. Now, of course, if you have a sensitive stomach or issues with acidic fruits, take it slow. That's kiwis. Let's move on to our next powerful food, one that might surprise you: eggs. Yes, you might be thinking, eggs before bed? Really? Absolutely. While they're a breakfast classic, eggs are also one of the most effective nighttime foods for muscle repair, especially after age 60. Let me explain. Eggs are what we call a complete protein, meaning they contain all 9 essential amino acids your body needs to build and repair muscle. That's just a fancy way of saying, when you eat an egg, your body gets the green light to rebuild muscle. Now here's the twist. As we get older, our bodies become less responsive to small amounts of protein. And one egg? It's a compact powerhouse, about 6 grams of protein and around 500 to 600 milligrams of lysine. That's a meaningful boost for overnight muscle support. If you are someone who eats lightly in the evening or skips protein altogether, adding just one egg before bed can be a game changer. But eggs aren't just about protein. They're also a great source of vitamin D, which is key for muscle function and coordination. Many older adults are low in vitamin D, especially if they don't get much sunlight. And then there's choline, another nutrient in eggs that supports brain health and nerve function, helping your muscles and brain stay in sync. Now, let's tackle the elephant in the room. But what about cholesterol? Eggs have gotten a bad rap over the years, but newer research shows that for most people, moderate egg consumption doesn't raise heart disease risk. But for most folks, an egg a day is not only safe, but incredibly helpful. In fact, it may even help raise your HDL, the good cholesterol. Fair question. As always, follow your doctor's guidance, especially if you have heart concern. Just be mindful of how you prepare it. She's 68, full of energy, always bringing fruit to the wellness group. But she used to say, "I wake up and my legs feel like noodles. Soft-boiled, poached, or lightly scrambled with olive oil is ideal. Skip the heavy butter and salt. It's not about a heavy meal, just a little something that gives your body what it needs to recover." You might even have some tucked away in your pantry and not think twice about it. But don't let their size fool you. These little powerhouses pack a serious punch for muscle recovery and sleep. But what most folks don't realize is that pumpkin seeds can be one of the best natural foods to help you sleep deeper and wake up stronger, especially as you age. You want something gentle on your stomach, especially before bed. He came to one of our workshops and said something I hear all the time. "I sleep, sure, but I still wake up with tight legs, like my body's been clenched all night." And if chewing is difficult, a soft egg is one of the easiest proteins to eat, no jaw strain required. Let me tell you about someone named Leanne. She avoided nighttime snacks, thinking it would help her sleep, but we added just one poached egg to her evening routine. That's why you can wake up sore and tight, even after 7 or 8 hours in bed. 2 weeks later, "I actually feel stable now," she told me. That's what the right kind of bedtime protein can do. That's a big return for such a small bite. And when you eat them before bed, you're giving your body what it needs to unwind physically, not just mentally. Your muscles don't need a feast, they need fuel. And eggs are one of the simplest, most effective ways to give them that fuel. Now let's talk about a bedtime food that often goes unnoticed. I'm talking about pumpkin seeds. Yep, the same green seeds, sometimes called pipitostat, people toss on salads or mix into trail mix. Let me introduce you to Harold. Harold's 72, a retired gardener with strong hands and a warm smile. He was doing everything right, stretching, eating fairly well, but we took a closer look at his magnesium intake. That's where we found the gap. Just 1 ounce contains around 7 grams of protein, along with healthy fats that slow digestion. That means your body gets a slow, steady release of amino acids through the night, not a quick spike and crash. Magnesium is essential for muscle relaxation. Without enough of it, your muscles may stay partially contracted even while you sleep. And you know what food is naturally rich in magnesium? You guessed it, pumpkin seeds. Just 1 ounce, about a small handful, delivers nearly 37% of your daily magnesium needs. But magnesium isn't the only thing that makes pumpkin seeds a sleep superstar. They also contain tryptophan, an amino acid that your body turns into serotonin, which then converts into melatonin, the sleep hormone we talked about earlier. Now here's the kicker. When you combine tryptophan and magnesium, you create the ideal conditions for deeper, more restful sleep. And what happens during deeper sleep? That's right, muscle repair, growth hormone release, and cellular healing. Everything your muscles need to recover and grow stronger. So, by simply eating a spoonful or two of pumpkin seeds before bed, you're helping your muscles rebuild, your nervous system relax, and your body rest in a way that's truly restorative. Let's not forget, pumpkin seeds are also a solid source of plant-based protein. This slow release is exactly what aging muscles need: consistent nourishment without overwhelming your system. Now, how do you enjoy pumpkin seeds before bed? Keep it simple. A tablespoon or two is more than enough. Eat them plain, or, if you want a boost, sprinkle them over a little plain Greek yogurt for added protein. Some people warm them slightly in a pan to bring out their flavor, but that's totally optional. One thing to keep in mind: choose unsalted pumpkin seeds. Sodium late at night can be tough on your blood pressure, especially if you're managing hypertension. Pumpkin seeds also contain zinc, a mineral essential for immune function, cell repair, and hormone balance, particularly important for men over 60 who want to maintain healthy testosterone levels, which directly affect muscle mass and strength. That doesn't mean they're bad, just that portion size matters. It's not crunchy, but in terms of overnight muscle support, this one might be the most effective of them all. Think of them less like a snack and more like a nightly tonic for your muscles and your sleep. All that from a tiny seed. Nature really doesn't waste space, does it? A small heads up: pumpkin seeds, like all nuts and seeds, are calorie dense. Now, let's move to the final food on our list. It's not flashy, it's not sweet, it's what's called a slow digesting protein: cottage cheese. I know what you're thinking. That lumpy stuff. I'll show you why cottage cheese might just be the best bedtime food you've never tried. Cottage cheese. She came to me frustrated because her legs felt weak and climbing stairs was becoming harder every week. She wasn't ready to give in to the aging process, and she asked if there was something she could do that didn't involve another prescription. Yes, really. And if you can stick with me for a minute, here's why it works. But unlike eggs, cottage cheese delivers that leucine gradually, supporting you not just at the beginning of the night, but all the way until morning. I'm waking up with more energy. I feel grounded again. In fact, the protein may help stabilize blood sugar overnight, which is especially helpful for folks with diabetes or Cottage cheese is high in a specific kind of protein called casein, and casein is different from the protein you find in chicken or fish or eggs. That means once you eat it, your body releases its amino acids gradually, over several hours all night long. Why is that important? Because when you sleep, your body goes into repair mode. But if you don't have enough amino acids circulating in your blood, your body may actually break down muscle to use for fuel. That's the last thing we want, especially if you're already battling age-related muscle loss. Others like to mix it with a little something, a few banana slices, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or even some leftover kiwi. It's all about keeping it light and simple. You don't need complicated meal plans, expensive supplements, or late-night workouts. And when it comes to your bedtime routine, these foods aren't just snacks. They're signals to your body that healing is possible, even now, even overnight. The real secret to rebuilding strength after 60 lies in something much simpler: consistency in small things. A small serving of cottage cheese, just a few spoonfuls before bed, your body the steady trickle of nutrients it needs to protect and build muscle overnight. I had a friend, Martha, 76 years old, bright-eyed, and full of stories. We made one small change: a half cup of low-fat cottage cheese, eaten about 30 minutes before bed. 3 weeks later, she came back and said, "It's like my body finally got the memo." That's the power of giving your muscles what they've been missing. Cottage cheese is also rich in leucine, that same muscle-activating amino acid we talked about earlier with eggs. If you're watching your blood sugar, here's another benefit. Plain, low-fat cottage cheese is low in carbohydrates, so it won't spike your insulin or lead to a nighttime sugar crash. Worried about sodium? Look for the low-sodium version, easy to find at most grocery stores. And if you're watching your heart health, you can also choose the 1% or low-fat varieties to keep saturated fat in check. Let's talk taste and texture for a second. Some people love cottage cheese on its own. This isent, a heavy millet, a signal to your body: here, what you need. Now go repair while I sleep. And you know what's beautiful about cottage cheese? No prep, no blender, no stove. Just open the container, grab a spoon, and you're giving your muscles the care they need, quietly, gently, and effectively. So now that we've taken this quiet walk through kiwi eggs, pumpkin seeds, and cottage cheese, what does it all mean? It means you don't have to flip your life upside down to feel strong again. Strength doesn't have to come from dramatic effort. It can come from gentle, intentional steps that add up over time. And when it comes to your bedtime routine, these foods aren't just snacks. They raise signals to your body that healing is possible, even now, even overnight. Let's recap. 2 ripe kiwis before bed can help. You fall asleep faster and enter deeper stages of rest, where real muscle rebuilding happens. 1 soft-boiled egg gives your body a complete protein boost, rich in leucine, to help trigger overnight muscle repair. A tablespoon or 2 of pumpkin seeds delivers magnesium and tryptophan, the perfect duo to relax your muscles and encourage deeper sleep. And a few spoonfuls of cottage cheese, packed with slow-digesting casein protein, provide your muscles with hours of steady nourishment, supporting strength while you sleep. That's it. No smoothies, no meal prep. It just needs your help. Just a few easy additions you can make starting tonight. Let me tell you something that I've seen again and again, working with older adults across the country. Once people make these small changes, they often feel a shift, not just in their bodies, but in their confidence. Because waking up without that same stiffness, standing up with a bit more ease, it reminds you that your body still wants to be strong. Not a bodybuilding trophy. Just feeling like yourself again. Stable, capable, strong. One woman I met through the Health 365 Day community shared this with me. I thought I had to accept weakness as part of aging, but once I started adding that little bowl of cottage cheese before bed, something changed. I began waking up without that heavy, dragging feeling in my legs. I stood up straighter without even trying. It's like I got a part of myself back. That's the kind of result we're after. But a ritual, a way to end your day that's rooted in nourishment.com and care. And here's the truth that most people don't hear enough. Muscle loss isn't inevitable. It's not something you're doomed to just accept. I read every one, and your story might inspire someone else in our Health 365 Day family to take their first small step, too. It's preventable. This is more than just a channel. It's a growing community of people who believe that getting older doesn't mean growing weaker. It means growing wiser, more intentional, more connected, and in many cases, it's reversible. But it starts with listening to what your body is asking for, not in big, dramatic ways, but in quiet, loving ones. Peeling a kiwi, boiling an egg, spoonful of cottage cheese, a pinch of pumpkin seeds. These small acts say to your body, I see you, I'm here for you. Let's rebuild together. So tonight, before you turn out the lights, consider this your invitation to start something new. Not a diet, not a strict routine. Your future self will thank you. And if this video gave you a little hope, or maybe just one new idea to try tonight, I'd love to hear from you. What bedtime food are you most curious to try? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to Health 365 Day. Until next time, remember this, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to do everything. You just have to begin. Gently, kindly, consistently. Rest well tonight. Eat with care. And wake up stronger. Because you absolutely can. You've earned it.